everyone. Welcome to All Cards on Deck. My name is Ola, and I'm the host of these little LinkedIn series where I sit down with very, very different guests who have different backgrounds. They're from different countries, but they all have something in common. They all live their lives on purpose. They strive for that fire within and follow it. And this live has also a little twist apart from talking about purpose. We are bringing a bit of fun and playfulness into such a serious topic as purpose by playing a game, a card game, which is called We Are Not Really Strangers. I absolutely love this game because on these cards we have personal questions, and this is how we can get to know our guests even better and from different angles. So today we have another incredible guest. Her name is Ruchi Rathor, and I had an incredible opportunity to chat with her for a little bit before the live. And during that conversation, I've already got very empowered, very inspired by her story, by her life story, which we're gonna dive into in a little bit. But before we dive into it, this is what I'm gonna tell about her. She's a FinTech visionary. She spoke on TEDx, and she's also a founder of Payomatix, RaiseMoney, and Empowered Women Foundation. So I'm super excited to have her today. And thank you, Ruchi, for coming. I know how busy your schedule is. So thank you for joining All Cards on Deck.
Thank you, Ola, actually, for giving me this opportunity. It's always nice to share our story with others. Maybe any part, if it can inspire somebody else and give them a guidance, that is actually some blessing for myself. So, thank you.
Absolutely. And this is exactly why I've created All Cards on Deck to inspire those people who feel lost, who feel unfulfilled, who are seeking for that purpose, to get inspired by, such conversations and such people like you who have an incredible, incredible story. So let's dive into the questions. And the first question that I usually ask all my guests is, who are you?
Who I am. So I will just sum up myself. So I'm somebody who has lived life from 0 to 100. I was born in a family where even meeting basic needs was a struggle. Today, I am
Mm-hmm.
in a place where I can support hundreds of people, and I'm supporting actually. So, the journey from that zero to this place where I am today, it sums up myself as a person who has seen all phases of life, everything
Mm-hmm.
that one wants to experience and does not wants to experience, of course. So today I stand over here where I can empathize with every person. I can see myself in the shoes of anybody who is in front of me, and I literally want to support every single person whom I can in my capability to actually help him move forward in life and work on the struggles that he's facing. And actually, I just want to give back. I have got a lot from the universe, and I want to give back to the society. Today,
Mm-hmm.
this is what I am. Today, my life is not about myself, Ola, because I've had
Mm-hmm.
enough life, enough to survive, enough to thrive. Today, it's all about serving back and giving back to the society.
Mm-hmm. This is so, so, so beautiful. I feel like that's the um such a nice place to be where you take the ego, the personality, the me out of the equation and you start serving people and also serving from the place of your own abundance, right? I've read today's post that you've posted about, feeling like you're there has been a time where you've been overgiving from a place of like not lack, but like when you don't have your own enough energy and then you give, 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 give. So what I can understand from your journey right now that there is the service to other people, but from that place of your own personal abundance, right?
The thing is that I have been giving, I mean, it was in my nature from my childhood itself. But
Mm-hmm.
one can give only when your own cup is full. Until and
Yeah.
unless you don't have for yourself, how will you even think of giving to somebody else? And this I realize time to time, whether it's finances or your mental fulfillment or your emotional fulfillment. If you don't love yourself, you'll not be able to love anybody else.
Mm-hmm.
One more thing I feel, and I've understood actually, Ula, is whatever anybody of us does, whatever, what you are doing, what I'm doing, anybody else, what is the ultimate goal? We work, we thrive, we strive towards success, we do everything we can. The ultimate motive is happiness. Why do we
Yeah.
work for happiness? Why do we do anything at all for happiness? And
Mm-hmm.
the irony is that nobody of us is happy even after doing everything we can. We are
Mm-hmm.
working, we are raising our families, we are eating good food, we are going to restaurants, we are going to malls, purchasing things we don't even need. Still, we are not
Mm-hmm.
happy. And I tried to
Mm-hmm.
find out that why is it that even after achieving every single thing that we want, we are still not happy. We get the thing, after 5 minutes, that excitement goes off and we are not happy. And then I understood that a really happy person is a person who is content with himself or herself. If you are
Mm-hmm.
not accepting yourself as you are, whoever you are, if you are not content with your own progress, if with your own growth, you will never be happy. If I'll
Mm-hmm.
compare myself to somebody who's way ahead of me, for example, if I'm 48 years old and I'm comparing myself with somebody 78 years old and he has achieved a lot more than myself, and I'm always like, okay, he's having more than me. Why I'm not like him? What are the
Mm-hmm.
lacks? If I'm always about all those things that I'm not having, actually, I'll never be happy. So if you want to be happy, you will have to be happy with yourselves. You'll have to love yourself first, and then everything else becomes more joyful, merrier than before. So the day
Mm-hmm.
we'll start accepting ourselves and loving ourselves, happiness automatically comes into our life.
Yeah, this is so beautiful to find that happiness within us. Because if we are not happy with ourselves, no gold, no apartments, no Ferraris, nothing is going to bring that lasting happiness. As you said, right? We get the thing, we're like, yay, we're happy for 5 minutes. And then that happiness disappears because there's something else that our mind starts to tell us that we need and want to become happy. But we have so many stories of billionaires, millionaires who have so much money, who have everything they want materialistically in the material world, but they feel unhappy. So, as you said, the light and the secrets are within us. I totally agree with you. Could you tell us a little bit about your journey from 0 to 100? Like, where did you start? How did it all unfold? And where you are right now?
Yes, so I was born in India and into a typical middle class family, in fact, lower middle class family, where finances were always a struggle. Over here in India, and I'm 48 years old, so think about India that was before 48 years. So in
Mm-hmm.
India, being a girl child was a curse. People didn't make child study. No education, proper education was given. They were always yearning for sons. Even now, they are
Mm-hmm.
always wanting sons. They don't want girls or daughters to be born. Now we were three daughters born into a family. We didn't had a brother, and my mother literally went into kind of depression because she wanted a son and she couldn't have one. My father
Mhm.
was very supportive of his daughters, and the only thing he wanted was that I'll raise my daughters literally like sons. I'll give them best education and everything in his capabilities. And that's the reason we got the best education in the city where we were born. After my class fourth, I think I was just 9 or 10 years old. I actually, because I was belonging to a family which was not having all those kind of resources, but I was
Mhm.
studying in a school where all wealthy families' children were studying. So I could
Mhm.
clearly see the difference, the disparity. Things that
Mhm.
were luxury for us were normal for them. You know, we couldn't afford proper school bags, proper shoes, books, notebooks. And there, these were children coming in cars, personal chauffeurs, personal,
Mhm.
belongings that were way higher than we were having. And then the question arose in my mind that why is this disparity? Why is this difference? Because what I saw was that, okay, we all have 24 hours to work. My father is also working from 9 to 5. Their fathers are also working from 9 to 5. Then why is it that they can afford everything and I cannot? And as a child of, say, 8 or 9 years, it was really very difficult to understand.
Mhm.
But that question led me to actually research and understand every single person, every single thing that I came across in my life. And by the time I was around 16 or 17, I had decided that I'll have to break this cycle of poverty. Normally, in
Mhm.
India, in middle class families, children are raised to to jobs, services. Service class is the highest in number over here. But one thing I understood was that in jobs you can never ever achieve certain, something above a certain level. So you can give your 110%, but there is a
Mhm.
top of the salaries that you can receive. So if you have to break the cycle of party and if you have to rise above a certain level, the only way was to do something of your own, some kind of business,
Mhm.
be an entrepreneur, do something where whatever you given in terms of your energy, your time, you get it back. So I was a very studious child, one of the top rankers in school, and I had a huge interest in computer science. So when I was in
Mhm.
class fourth, computers were introduced in our school, and my father, see, he was not even having enough funds to pay all the fee and all other things. So getting computer classes on an extra fee was a real burden on the family in
Mhm.
those times, you know. But he was like, no, if you wanted to do, we'll support. I'll do anything to get that education. And I was given admission in those computer classes, and from there the journey started. And it was like, okay, this is what I want. The day I first saw a computer screen, those monitors, those old time monitors in front of me, I knew that this is what I want. And then I kept on, studying and working. I did my BSc, my MSc, my PhD. I became a pro in programming. And then I started working as a teacher, a lecturer.
Mhm.
So I taught students in BCA, MCA. We have open schooling in India, IGNU. So I was a counselor over there. I was an examiner over there. And I was just 21 and I was teaching students of more than 40 years of age because
Oh
it's an
wow.
school, so everybody is studying over there. So I was teaching students above 40 years of age. And then this brought me to a place where I started my own computer center. This was the
Mhm.
starting of the business. From computer centers we went to call centers, because this was in 2000, 2002, where call centers in India, BPO sector, had its incoming over here. So we got campaigns from Three Mobiles, T Mobiles, various mortgage companies, and lots of other things. And in 2009, I was working with around three mortgage companies at that time. So in 2009, that subprime mortgage problem happened. Recession
Mm-hmm.
everywhere, campaigns
Mm-hmm.
stopped, companies drowned, and our call center stopped working because we had no campaigns.
Wow.
So I had no other thing to do. I talked to some of my clients and friends, and there was a person called Harris Isaac in England, and he said,
Mm-hmm.
I cannot help you in getting campaigns or anything, but I have a company which is looking for independent agents who can bring them merchants for payment processing. So I knew something about payment processing because I had been working
Mm-hmm.
with call centers and they were using payment processing platforms. So the first company that I worked with as an independent agent was Allied Wallet. And Allied Wallet
Mm-hmm.
at that time was a prominent company. They were working in UK, in US, and from there this journey began. And then I worked with Payvision, Wirecard, Elon, PaySafe, SafeCharge, First Data.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you talk of any payments related company, I know them, I know their people, I know the founders, most 99% of the companies. And this journey continued, and then we went into payment tech. We started building payment softwares for various different companies who wanted to be in this domain. We built
Mm-hmm.
payment platforms like payment orchestration, banking as a service, crypto platforms, and all other kind.
Mm-hmm.
So today we are in three different things. We are doing payment tech, we are doing payment acquiring, and we are also into cross-border payments where we use more than 120 partners globally to
Mm-hmm.
give all these services to our clients.
Mm-hmm. Wow, what a journey. And from what you've mentioned, I feel like your dad was like a guardian angel standing behind you with wings, so strongly protecting you and moving you forward. Really, it's so beautiful when you're getting such support from a parent, especially when there's really like not enough for the
Very, very,
family,
very true.
even for the basics. This is very beautiful. And you mentioned that you've been studying, like while you were studying with the kids who were richer, who had more well-off families, you were kind of like researching and studying them. What was, what were the few points that you realized when observing all of these people and kind of like studying them and studying that um, matter, like the difference between how come these people earn this much and how come these people earn this much?
So basically, how do they earn? More than that, I understood a pattern over here.
Okay.
Number one, if you want to raise your standard in your life, you'll have to
Mm-hmm.
raise your standard of work also. You
Mm-hmm.
cannot expect to live an extraordinary life by doing ordinary work in a 9 to 5 routine. If you are just
Mm-hmm.
following that, you will never raise your standards. So if you want something different, you will have to work out with something different. I worked 18 hours a day at a point, to get to this point, 18 hours, 20 hours. I have worked for 2 3 days regularly without even having a proper sleep, because
Mm-hmm.
to start with, I didn't had money. It was only my
Yeah.
education which I could use as a tool, and it was
Mm-hmm.
my hard work that I could actually give in. So I gave everything 100%. Number 2,
Mm-hmm.
until and unless you are not passionate about getting out of that mediocrity,
Mm-hmm.
you will never get out. Why? Because until and unless you don't have a goal in your mind that okay, this is what I want to achieve. Nothing will drive you. Nothing can drive you for anything till the time you push yourself to that level where ordinary people cannot push. So
Mm-hmm.
I had that passion, I had that goal, that my family has seen this mediocre life or this poverty from years together now, and I have to get out of it. I cannot live
Mm-hmm.
like this. I don't want my children to face the same, adversities that I have gone through. And that was
Mm-hmm.
my motive. You won't believe, when I was not even in a situation to buy a one room flat or house, I had kept a huge, a huge house, a very luxurious house picture in my computer. And I used to think that someday I will build this house. And when I show it at that time, when I said to somebody that, see, one day I'll just build this house, and people laughed at me. And I
Yeah,
really believe, Ola, till the time people are not laughing on your dreams, you're not dreaming enough.
big enough. Uh-huh.
Yeah. So your
Oh,
dream
wow.
should be so big that people start laughing at you. And then you understand that, yes, now the goal is set. And today I live in a house exactly the same kind of replica. The same house.
Wow.
I built that house in next 15 years.
Oh, I'm getting
And then,
goosebumps.
and then the dream came true. Today I live in one of the best societies, in the best locations, in the best cities of India. I have a home in Dubai, I have a home in London, and everything feels like a dream. Even today, I'm not able to, you know, comprehend everything. How did this happen? But it happened. I have
Yeah.
visited more than 7, 8 countries. I've lived in there. Uh, I have achieved everything my generations had not even imagined. I have achieved that. And that sense of achievement gives more power to achieve even more. And that's actually the gratitude that drives me
Mhm.
towards helping others also. That at some point when I needed that help, I was not able to get it because there was nobody
Mhm.
to mentor me, to support me. But today, if I can support, why shouldn't I? Because maybe the
Mhm.
journey that I did in 15 or 20 or 25 years, with my support, these children, these kids can actually go over there in next 5 years, reach that point. So when
Mhm.
I was studying at that point, I understood that if I have to achieve this life, I will have to give much more. Whatever you give
Mhm.
to the universe, it will come back to you tenfold. This is
Yeah.
what I believe in, and I really believe in that. And I'll give you an
Mhm.
example, a beautiful example. See, if there is a bad kind of smell somewhere, you just burn a tire or a rubber. You burn this much small amount, and that bad smell will actually be everywhere. So you burned,
Mhm.
but you received 100 times that smell. Instead, if you just burn a small incense stick or you spray a small amount of perfume, again the air is like it's smelling so good. So 100 times
Mhm.
what you gave, the universe gave back. We sow one seed, the universe gives us a tree which is giving us thousands of fruits. So I believe
Mhm.
that whatever we sow into this universe, it comes back to us, Ola. 110% and 100
Yeah.
times. So this is the rule that I follow. Just give
Mhm.
something good and good will come back to you.
Yes. Oh my God, it resonates so much because on the call that we had before the live, I mentioned that I went on this crazy reading marathon and I read 5 books by Michael Roach, who speaks all about that about and he uses even the same words, planting the seed, the tree, and what you have with that seed. You have a tree and that seed is your karmic seed. And what he also says that in order for us to get, let's say, pomegranates, you have to plant a pomegranate seed.
Right.
And he even gives a strategy, like if you want more money, you have to give that money to someone. Even if you are not very abundant right now, just even small amounts here and there, a tip here, having a generous mindset will plant that seed which will grow into a tree of abundance. So 100% I'm with you on that. And it's beautiful to have a real story of you planting those seeds and getting 110% back from the universe. And you've also mentioned that um, you were dreaming that big that people were laughing, right? And that there was not 100% support from people around you. I'm wondering, how did you manage all of that? What within you was able to close your eyes onto that society not supporting you and still push through?
I don't know how, but every time somebody laughed, every
Mm,
time somebody said that, no, this cannot happen, you cannot do it, gave me more push, more courage, more
interesting.
inspiration. And I was
Mm,
always like, I will prove you wrong. So I'll just give you an
mm,
example. I was around 13 or 14 years old, and in a magazine, I saw a picture of Mercedes. And in those
uh-huh.
times, Mercedes, having a Mercedes was not even the dream of people. Most of them were not even knowing, cars in India were very different. Mercedes, nobody knew it. So there were lots of family and friends, and everybody was sitting over there. And I brought that picture to my parents, and I said, Mama, one day before I turn 50 in age, I will purchase this car. And most of them were not even knowing about that car, but those of
Uh,
them who were knowing, they knew that the cost of the car was more than the total income of entire 5 or 10 families at that time.
yeah.
So they were literally laughing. And in my mind, I thought, okay, today you are laughing. One day I'll show you.
Mm.
Before 50, I'll just purchase this car. Because at that time, it was a big thing. And today I'm 48 and I have purchased at least 7, 8 Mercedes up till now.
Yes,
Already.
you proved them wrong.
Yeah, I'm not only Mercedes today, I'm having every kind of car, whether it's BMWs or every Audis and this and that, lots of things. So, and today when I just think about that moment, I see those people as so naive actually that they cannot dream. It's not my problem. It's their
Mm,
problem that they cannot
mhm,
dream. They cannot see their future. They cannot design their future. Our
mhm.
future self, our future life is being designed by our thoughts. It's
Yeah.
not that the future can we decide how the future life will become. And how is this decided? By our awareness. Ola. Until
Mhm,
and unless we are not aware about every single action that we are doing, about every single day, single moment that we are spending. For example, today I'm talking to you. I decided that I'll talk to you. Why? Because there are some reasons. Number one, I thought, okay, every time I talk to somebody, somebody or the else gets an inspiration and it supports and helps in their journey. Number two, when I talk about my own journey, even I am inspired more to do more.
mhm,
And thirdly, I know that this conversation sends a positive vibe into the universe. And those same positive vibes come back to you. So every single action we do any day, the meetings that I have, the people that I meet, the work that I do, has to have a purpose and has to be done with awareness. And that awareness actually creates the future that we want. So the day I talked about that Mercedes was actually in my mind, and that mind did things with awareness of the
mhm,
uh, you know uh, the consciousness about the universe and what I'll do and what I'll get back based on those actions. That the wish
Mm-hmm.
that I was wishing for when I'll turn 50 years, I got it when I turned just 30 or 32. That's it. So, for me, I understand that if you are aware about your actions and if you have your goals clear and if you have your passions set and if you're not worried about what people will say, what if I fail? See, out of 100 things that you do, 90 will fail. But then the
Mm-hmm.
remaining 10 will cover up everything and they will actually craft your life. Life is crafted. And these
Mm-hmm.
10 things which will turn out to be a success will actually craft your life.
Mm-hmm. I'm wondering, what are your thoughts on free will and that phrase, we are the creators of our life. So, do we have free will? Are we actually creating our life? Or we don't have free will and God is creating life through us and we kind of like don't have control of anything?
So, what I understood from my experiences, see, I don't have that knowledge, nobody of us has that, but
Mm,
what I understood from my experience, whatever life is built for us, is three things play a role. Naturally, the universe or the creator is at the topmost level because everything will finally happen or according to his plans. But
mm-hmm,
even after his plans, there is a percentage given to us as a free will. For example,
mm-hmm,
if I'm hungry and I get food and the food is placed in front of me, but then it's my own will if I eat that food or not. Nobody can force me to eat it until and unless I work towards it.
mm-hmm.
Nature gives us opportunities. That's God's part, right? But then taking that opportunity and working to make it a success and using that opportunity is totally our
Mm-hmm.
people. And I've seen that. I've seen that the same opportunity was given to me and to others also. But
But they
then
didn't take it.
others, yeah, but then the others went into some other path. Now, for example, you give $100 to 10 different kids, and you'll see that every single kid will use it in a different way.
Mm-hmm.
And that $100, somebody will turn it into 1,000, and somebody will just spend it out in one night, and you won't even understand that what was done. So, free
Mm-hmm.
will and God's will actually work together, number one. Number two, your karma, again, the seeds that you put into the universe, right? They work above your free will. So, what I believe is that if we are doing something towards our success or our growth, that doing, that action is also caused by the seed that we actually put in the universe. So if
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
had helped someone in the past and today I get an opportunity, and God's will is that I want to see this child grow, then my mind will actually push me towards doing the
Mm-hmm.
actions that will help me grab that opportunity. And if
Mm-hmm.
I have not done that good karma in the past, then today, if I'm having that opportunity, then also I will just sit idle. I won't make use of it. There will be somebody very powerful sitting in front of me. I won't even go and talk to him. Why? Because my destiny, which I have crafted in my own way in my past,
Mm-hmm.
will not let
Mm-hmm.
me talk to that person.
Yeah.
So
Those
everything
seeds
was
will
hand in
will
hand.
keep you back.
Yes, exactly. So there is a
Mm-hmm.
seed, and then you get the fruits from that seed, and those fruits you have to get, and therefore God's will and free will work together, and they work in a
Mm.
way that you actually get the result of your own actions.
Mm. I really love this. You've um framed it into words in such a beautiful way. So thank you. So let's get back to purpose. If putting it in one sentence, what is your purpose?
Okay, so the purpose has actually changed. There was a time
Mm-hmm.
where I wanted to change my own life. So that was the
Mm-hmm.
purpose. When I was 15, 16, 17, and up till I was around 40. And after 40, I saw so much in life, physical problems. I had my kidneys operated. I went into a coma. I came out of it. I recovered.
Mm-hmm.
I saw people, stabbing back.
Wow.
People I helped, my own friends, my relatives, my parents, my
Mm-hmm.
siblings, everywhere I understood that actually there's nothing called relationships or it's all about it's karmic actually, Ola. I think it's karmic. People you don't even know come into your life, make such changes in your life, give you a huge, huge something, and then go away like anything because they came into your life to play a part. They
Yeah.
gave the lesson that you needed, and then they go away from your life. And this happens whether it's your relationships or whether it's your friend circle and everywhere. So finally I got to know that, see, it's not in my hands to pressurize someone to keep in my life or to love me or to support
Mm-hmm.
me. They will come
Mm-hmm.
in your life, they'll play their part, and they'll go back. So, what is in my hands? That I do everything to sow those seeds of good karma. You know,
Mm-hmm.
after 40 and after I came back from that coma, the whole purpose of the life is today that wherever I can support, I will support. Wherever I have to do my part, I will do my part. Whatever the other person says or does, I don't care because whatever they are doing is their karma. They are
Mm-hmm.
those seeds. For me, it's all about sowing seeds of goodness, of kindness, which actually will come back to me as fruits, maybe in this life, maybe in next life. But it's all about living with peace and happiness and
Mm-hmm.
supporting others also to find their purpose, to find their passion, to find their
Mm-hmm.
kind of peace. That's it.
This is very, very beautiful. And your experience with coma, how was it? Because I know there's even a book where people who were in coma were interviewed and everyone was telling their stories of what they've seen, that there's another world um, when they were in coma. Like how was your experience during it?
So I was literally unconscious for around 2 days. My
Mm,
kidneys were 80% affected. They were filled with pus and everything. My blood
mm-hmm,
pressure dropped down to 35, 40. That was all. And doctors gave up. Everybody was praying that, uh, whether she'll get up or not. And in those times I could see people talking, I could hear them talking, the doctors, the
mm-hmm,
nurses, my family. But somewhere in my mind it was all about my kids, Ola. My kids were uh, young, and I wanted to be there for them, but
mm-hmm,
felt like I will not be able to, get up.
yeah,
It was like some energy draining out of the body, and every single hour I felt, and there were two choices actually. So one on one side, my mind was saying that this is peace. Let's go. Let's just
mm,
this is peace because the body was the major source of pain and
yeah,
suffering. And on
mm-hmm,
the other side, there was something that was telling me that if you leave, if you will not be here, who will take care of your children, because there's no one, because
Mm-hmm.
every other person will be talking about how much property they can inherit, what can they do with my things, all those things.
Mm-hmm.
And then the soul of that mother won actually. And it
Mm-hmm.
seems that I decided at some point that I have to come back and I have to, take care of my children. I have to raise them. Uh, and it was literally, and you know what? After that experience, I literally became invincible. I don't fear anything now. I don't fear death even. I have fought every single thing people can fear about or can be scared about, and I have gone through it and I've come out of it. So
Mm-hmm.
now you see a very different Ruchi that was around 6 years ago, because today I understand life, its purpose,
Mm-hmm.
and why. And I feel that if God has given me another chance, then there must be a reason behind it, and I want to do everything that can be expected out of a human being, for the
Mm-hmm.
betterment of the society and of this universe.
Mm-hmm. Wow, really, what a story. And I feel like um it's so beautiful that internally, right? It seems like you had this choice. I have a choice to leave right now and not to fight for my life, or I'm here, I want to stay, I want to give back, I want to take care of my kids. And it again seems like the impulse of that was so, the energy of it was so much more intense that it won the battle. And really beautiful story, and how they say that the most difficult situations in our lives, eventually, when we look back at them, we're like, okay, I understand why it happened. Now I am stronger. Now I am not scared of many things after that experience. It really makes the toughest experiences really do make make us stronger. So how did you actually find your purpose? Like what was the mm, we kind of like touch based on the path to the purpose, but how did you exactly find it?
Okay. So, one thing that I want to make clear before answering this question, whatever I
Mm,
do, Ola, first of all, I don't do it for anyone else. I do it for myself. It's for my
mm-hmm.
own contentment, it's for my own happiness, it's for my own purpose of living. I'm not
Yeah.
helping anyone. I won't even use the word help.
Mm,
I want peace in my life. I want happiness in my life. And the
mm,
one thing that gives that happiness to me is supporting others. So I'm not
mm,
supporting anyone because he needs that support, or I have to do a charity, or no, I help someone because if I won't help him, I won't be able to sleep. I
I
won't get that
see.
peace in my life.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this also has a concept. We all have heard that phrase, the joy of giving. And trust me, when you understand that concept, whenever you help someone or you give something, or you are actually giving back to the universe, there's literally a dose of dopamine. You feel that
Mm-hmm.
happiness. Now, there are people who get joy when they receive things from others, or when they are getting something. And there are people who are getting that joy in giving out. But then who will succeed or who will be more happy? Because if you are getting the joy when you receive something, you are actually dependent on other people for your happiness. Why?
Also true.
Because you can receive something only when somebody else gives.
Mm-hmm.
So to be happy, you'll have to depend on someone else, that okay, the other person will give me something, I will receive it, and then I'll be happy.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas if you are enjoying giving out, if you have the joy of giving in your character, then your happiness is in your hands. If you
Yeah.
are not at peace, you help someone and you'll just get that happiness back in your life. Because you are happy when you're giving, and giving is in your hands, receiving is
Mm-hmm.
not in your hands. So, what's in your control, you can do it. So, if you
Mm-hmm.
are feeling peace, if you're feeling joy, if you're feeling happiness in giving, then your peace, your happiness, your joy is in your control. So when I am sad, I'm just going to some place where there are children. I'll just, distribute some sweets or something which makes them feel happier. And when they smile, I'm always out of all the tension, all the stress, everything. I'll go and give something to animals out there, animal shelters, orphanages, and elderly people, all those old
Mm-hmm.
age homes, my employees, my drivers, maids, servants, this and that. I'll just help someone, sponsor somebody's kids' education, and when
Mm-hmm.
that kid smiles, when they come back to me with their report cards, result cards of their school, it feels like, okay, I have achieved this. It's not his achievement. It feels like this
Mm-hmm.
is my achievement. And when anybody achieves anything, he's happy or she's happy. So I'm happy. Okay, I have done this. I'm happy. So, and that's the way which actually helps me love myself even more, because I get that. See, everybody needs a sense of appreciation or a sense of, accomplishment. So I
Mm-hmm.
feel that these are my accomplishments. If I am sponsoring someone's education and he graduates and gets a good job or gets a good career, that's my accomplishment.
Mm-hmm.
It keeps moving forward, and this is how I'm doing. So this is actually the purpose and passion. No, not for others, but for myself. And if I'm loving
Mm-hmm.
myself, I want my happiness, and if I want my happiness, I'll have to help others. It's a simple routine.
Yeah, it's like the most selfless, selfish strategy.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, love it. And what are the tips for those who are in search of their own purpose in the here and now, who feel lost and they're like, okay, I want to find my purpose, but I don't know how.
The best way to find your own purpose is to find somebody else's purpose and help them actually achieve that. The
Mm,
day you will help someone and they achieve their life's purpose and you see them growing, trust me, there's nothing more beautiful than that.
mm-hmm,
Your soul will find peace when somebody else will find peace through your help or through your support. And that support is not only financial. You just go and
mm-hmm,
talk to someone, you heal them emotionally, mentally, spiritually. And
mm-hmm,
spiritual connection uh, is a beautiful way to actually find peace and find your purpose. Sit with yourself without anybody, in calmness, and introspect in your life. What have you done? And whatever you have done, what have you achieved with it? And if you feel that even after doing everything, you don't feel like you are fulfilled emotionally, spiritually, uh, on another plane, then I think it's the right time you start helping others and try to
mm-hmm,
make their dreams true. And you'll feel that you are actually getting your cup filled more and more.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm. This is so, so, so beautiful. Again, this is all your words still return back to the books that I've read by Michael Roach. And for those who have not read his books, please, my invitation to check them out. They're life-changing and they just make so much sense. You know, if you want to find your purpose, you got to help another person find that purpose. Very beautiful. So we're gonna move to the second part of our conversation and play a little game with you. So it has actually three levels. We'll start with level number one and see what question pops up, even though I feel like we've already gone so deep with you. Okay, personal one, quite an interesting one. Are you a cat or a dog person?
Dog person.
A
Dog.
dog person.
I
Do you
have
have a dog?
I have around 10 dogs. So I have three, four different homes, and everywhere there are two, three dogs reside. And I feel dogs are, a source of happiness. They just remove all the negative energies, all the stress. You just come over to your home, pat them. They'll just love you like anything. And I just love dogs. Love them.
This is so nice. All of them are different breed or
So I have Chow Chows, I have Samoyeds, Shih Tzus, I have I just taken a Bichon fries. So yeah, four, five different breeds.
wow, quite big ones, huh? Not your tiny Pomeranians. My family, my parents have a little Pomeranian. I love them so much. They're really a source of so much joy. Animals in general.
The most intelligent
Okay.
breed I've
Yeah.
seen up till now is Chow Chows. You'll see
Okay.
them, they're so intelligent. Too, but
Mm,
they just can't speak everything else they have.
yeah. They're very cute, like little teddy bears.
Yeah.
Um, level two. Um, when you're asked, how are you? How often do you answer truthfully? Because you know, a lot of people, when they get the question, how are you? It's like a straightaway response, I'm fine, I'm good. But internally, many times, a lot of people feel not that good. So what they say and what they feel is very different.
Yes, so I don't think I ever tell anybody how am I feeling or how am I.
Mm,
Reason being that number one, whatever story you tell anyone, that won't actually change your situation.
hmm
So many times it's better to keep your things, and most of the times it's better to keep your things to yourself. This is one reason. Number two, all those people who actually love me and care for me, and I know that anything related to me will affect them. I don't ever want them to, get into some kind of stress or tensions or anything. So I always keep that stress or keep those things which can actually affect them to myself. And I feel somehow I feel that I can actually handle it. I am
hmm
emotionally and mentally more strong and mature as compared to
hmm
them, and therefore I always prefer that I know that I can solve this problem. So why to just share it with anyone who will just get into in that kind of stress, and I know I'll just get out of it in 3 or 4 days and I'll handle.
hmm
And there is one more thing, that people who don't love me and who don't care, for them my story will be a medium or a source of what to say, they'll just pass off their time, it will be some kind of recreative material for them. So I don't want
hmm
myself to become a topic of discussion for anyone. And these are the reasons that I'm a very introvert person, Ola. I don't get friendly very soon with everyone. I take time to share my
Yeah.
personal things. But with all the experience that I have of my life, I am there. I talk to people, but I try to guide them using my stories, past stories. But I don't mix with them on a personal level until I feel that yes, there is a comfort level.
hmm I see. So I guess it depends on the person, right? With some people you share, but with some people you would just keep it to yourself, right? Yeah. Okay. Level three. Um, okay, that's a deep one. What do you fear the most?
fear the most?
Yeah.
Only one thing. Uh, in my whole life, if I'll summarize what is the essence of my life, if I'll just uh, if I just want to find out, okay, why was I born? Why did I even took birth? I feel it's my children.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever was void in my whole life, whether it's finance, whether it's family where I was born, whatever I have gone through, God gave my kids to actually compensate every single thing. They are
Mm-hmm.
actually the angels who came into my life to support me through my journey, because I had this really struggling life, and lots of things happening in my life, and
Mm-hmm.
everywhere when there was darkness, they were there as support, as angels, as guides, who gave me hope, who gave me
Mm-hmm.
that energy to live. So, what do I fear of? Not being with my children. You know,
Mm-hmm.
when I'll die, when I'll take my last breath, I won't miss anything other than not being with my children. So I'm always like, we always talk. I talk to my daughter that I'll come back to you in some form or the other.
Yeah,
We have a
you
karmic
never.
relation. Yeah, it happens. We talk to each other, and she's like, how will I recognize? So I told her, okay, when I die, just put a little mark on my neck, and like you'll see that mark and you'll understand that, okay, I've come back to you. So we have those kind of conversations, and my kids are so attached to me, and I feel really blessed. They are not like normal children. They Today I see children, they don't even care about the parents or mothers or what's happening in their lives, and uh, my kids are totally different, Ola. I'm blessed, and the only thing I cherish uh, about my own birth is that I have given birth to two really, really nice people who will add value to this world, to this universe, and who will continue with my legacy.
This is so beautiful. It definitely is a blessing. And really, with all my heart, I'm wishing you to plant even more beautiful karmic seeds that will flourish into an incredible garden of pomegranates and cherries and berries and everything. So you and your family and generations, um, you know, that will come would enjoy the fruits of this garden. And we'll be wrapping up. Thank you so much for this conversation. For me, honestly, it has been such a blessing to have you on this live to hear out your story because it is truly inspiring, really, to speak to a person who grew so much from 0 to 100, as you mentioned yourself. So thank you so much for coming, for joining, for inspiring, for empowering, for all your wisdom. You are amazing. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you so much for inviting me over here, for sharing my story, and we'll keep talking to each other. Now you are more than a friend. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Ruchi. And thank you everyone for joining this live. I will see you in the next one.
Okay, bye
Cheers.
bye.